we're going to take it back to like a simpler wreath style. So this is our sign tonight. I'm going to bring it on in right here. If we can get that in. It's my heart-shaped land of the free because of the brave. Okay. We're still going to be using a 14-inch elevated wreath frame. And I put 10 ties on the outside, 8 on the inside, okay? Anyway, we're going to be doing, this is just regular deco mesh. This has got a little bit of foil in it. This is navy blue, and it's got like a metallic roll, I guess, a little bit of glitter in it, okay? So I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to roll it like 3 times, just like a mini woodland ruffle, guys. Mini woodland ruffle. I know, right? So, and then we're just going to ruffle it up the middle. And that's all we do to put this in, okay? Usually I save a couple and put them in. Tonight I did not, but I wanted to let y'all know how I did that. Okay, so I'm going to set this one over to the side. So we're going to actually start off with, I'm a coordination queen, sometimes. So we're going to start off with red. Same way, the red's just, I believe this is a wide stripe. So we're going to go in with red. And as we do this, I'm just going to go ahead and tie this in. And I'm going to twist it once. We're going to go ahead at the same time, and we're going to put our ribbons in, okay? We're using the same ribbon as far as the red, white, and blue ribbon all the way around it. And it's a 1.5 inch, and this one's paired with the blue, okay? Just fold it in half. We're going to go right up the middle with it. And we're just going to go ahead and put this in. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut these off as we go. And then I'm going to bend that back in there, that pipe cleaner, okay? And I'm just going to pull these out a little bit. Now, I left these ribbons a little long tonight, okay? A little bit long. So we got red, now we're going to go to white. Same thing. Cut these all. This is a iridescent. Just a regular mesh, iridescent. Just a couple of turns and put our ribbons in. Simplicity. Simple, 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 right? Cut these off. If I didn't have to go over around 2 wires, we could have gotten this. I'm just going to let them hang out straight, okay? I'm going to let them hang out straight. And now we're going to do a blue one. Red, white, and blue, guys. This is still going to make a nice size wreath. It's still going to be thick because it's going to be a little bit different on the top. And now this one's just the same ribbon but blue. The only thing we're changing is the ribbon that goes with it, alternating between red and blue. And since we are odd colors, I'm going to put a white one in between these two, so it gets just an extra white one on the bottom. So that's what the bottom looks like, guys. Okay, let's see, it's going to be about, 25 to 26 inches because the ribbons are going to hang over. And once we get the inner part put in, then I'll straighten them out and I'll show y'all what that'll look like. So let's go ahead and let's open up all of these ties now. This inside's going to be a little bit different. I'm telling you guys, these are the simplest things to make. It doesn't use a lot of mesh. If you buy a roll of red, white, and blue, and these are not the expensive meshes, you could probably get 3 wreaths because you're not using more or one. You could even take your woodland ruffles, these small woodland ruffles, down to like a 20-inch or so. Okay. So on the top ones, we're going to use the same mesh as we did on the outside. And we're going to start with red, if I can find it. Okay? So, same thing, small woodland ruffle. Let's just start here. It looks like a good place to start. So I'm going to take this, and this is red. I'm going to put it in, tie it once. And then what I did is I made a curl. So if y'all don't know what a curl is, I call them curls. Hi, Jean. Some people call them spirals. I've always called them curls since I've been wreath making. So I'm just going to cut a 10-inch little piece off of that one I showed you how to do a deal on. And you're just going to take it and just let it naturally curl over itself. Okay? And when you go to put it in, you want to put the split side down, okay? And that's all it is a curl, okay? So I'm going to use this one right here. I went ahead and put just a little zip tie on it, and I'm going to put it with the seam side down, okay? I'm going think how I want to do that. And I think I want to go crossways. Okay. Now I'm going to leave that because we're going to come back and put ribbon in. I'm going to get all of these in. So we got red. We've got a blue one. And all I'm doing is twisting this one time. Hi, Miss Baker, Miss Judy, okay? And so what I've got is I've got a curl here. And now this is just some leftover mesh I had in a red and white. And I'm going to put it in the same way. So I'm putting a woodland ruffle with just one spiral or curl, whatever y'all want to call it. I call it a curl. So red. So let's take this and back out. It's supposed to be white here. Told you guys I could mess it up because I'm not saying my colors. I'm going to have to say them out loud. Now let's put a white one in. It's going to butt them up together. Pull them in tight. I'm just going to do one twist. Get this little stinker back in there. And a twist. Now we're going to do a blue one. Okay, and so we'll need a white curl. Twist it once. That's all we need. So now we're going to start over again. So that's what we've got so far, even though we've got the ribbons around the outside already. They just need to be straightened up. So, and this is what the sign's going to look like once we get it on there. And this is going to look cute as all get out. But let's look at the ribbons for the top. Okay. And I want to make sure where I want to hang it from. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a long pot cleaner, paint stick. Gosh, guys, I told you. Senile as an old fuddy-duddy. And I want this to be the top right here, where I've got that coming out of it. So that means down here is going to be the bottom. Okay, we're going to use a 2.5 inch. Okay, so we're going to be using this ribbon right here to match our sign. It was the darkest of blue that I could get it. You're welcome, Diane. Okay, so we're going to be using a heart ribbon. And I'm only going to put a 7/8 inch ribbon with it. Okay, just one of those little skinny ribbons. The only thing I didn't like about this right here is that it's a directional ribbon. But that's going to be okay. Because I think, y'all know me, I'll figure out something to do with it. Okay, the next ribbon is going to be a red, white, and blue. And here's how we're going to do that. We're going to do a blue one, or it goes like this. It goes red, white skinny ribbon, and then a blue, just solid ribbons. These are just the solid ribbons. I'm going to do them together. And I'm not really going to mess with these ribbons a lot until after we get the sign on it. So I'm just sort of just moving them out of our way. And we're just going to alternate this. Except now this one this time is going to have a red skinny ribbon on it. And it's that embossed ribbon. I just love those. So all I'm doing for right now is pulling them out towards us. Okay. And the other ones will stay the same. If I can remember to put the blue on the bottom. I mean the red, white, and blue. Let's pull these out. Doesn't take long once you got all of your stuff together. And that's what I like to do, is I like to get all of my stuff together. And then even when I'm working here at home, and then I just put it together. You know, half the battle is getting it all together, right? That's what takes the longest, if you know what you're going to do in your head. So this one is sort of like put it together and then straighten your ribbons. And you can straighten those little curls at the same time you do your ribbons. And this is our last ribbons to go in. Excuse me. Okay. So with the sign, what I did is I super glued, and these don't have the rubber stuff on these cable ties or cable mounts, don't have the rubber stuff on the back. And since I used white pipe cleaners, I'm going to use white pipe cleaners for my sign. I'm like that. And I'm wanting to anchor this down because I want it to be pretty centered, and I want it to stay pretty centered because it's going right in the center. That was sort of like an oxymoron, wasn't it? I want this in the center because I'm putting it in the center, so I want it really centered. How many times can y'all put center in a sentence? Since you've done curls? Yeah. Me too, and I'm really enjoying doing the curls. Quit laughing at me, Gary. I deserved it though. Okay, so this is the top. So I want to pull all of these ties out because I want to put these curls. I want to make sure these curls, I didn't do them just for them to sit there and not be noticed. Let's see. Need a red one right there. Where in the heck did our blue curls go? Let's get them out up here. There we go. There's this a blue one. white one. We're getting there. That's a blue one. Wowza. There we go. My mesh is sticking to the rest of the mesh. Okay. Pulling it out some. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can't just stick that one right there. I think I have to hold my tongue or my mouth a certain way. Here we go. Spin it around. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Flip it over. Okay, this inner ring right here, this is what I'm going to tie it to. I'm just going to, a little snug, tie it back around it. But now that I've got it looped right here, I'm going to stick it inside that loop. And I'm going to pull it. Now I'm going to go across from it. Do the same thing. Pull it down a little bit so I can get it around it once. And when I wrap it around it again, I'll do the same thing, and I'm just doing it like a slip knot. That makes it easier if I've got to come back and readjust it. And I didn't even use that for my head or the head of my wreath, guys. I'm going to hope I'm not pulling it too blasted tight. I knew I had one. I hadn't tied down yet. Now that's about perfect. Okay. So now to straighten out these, let's start here on the top. And I'm just going to pull them out. Excuse me. Now with these longer, these little short ones, now I don't know if this will look good, but this is what I had sort of in my mind. And no, that don't look good. And that's got a piece of wire coming out it. So I think I'm just going to bring it over here to the side and give it a little bit of a bend. Okay? And on this side, let's pull some here. Red, white, and blue. Like that. Red, white, and blue. Just skipped over this booger. Let's get back over here to this one. Red, white, go. About got them straightened out, guys. White one right there. Got string. Get that blasted string off there. Okay, now I'm just going to go around the outside. Woo woo. I'm loving this. And it's really, really a simple design. Your tails are just longer than they normally are. But I hadn't made one like this in forever, guys. And I'm digging it. Is that a hippie term, digging it? Have to get my bell bottoms out. Okay. No bow. So what do you think?